No. Drat.
Hi everybody, how's it going? Sorry there hasn't been an update lately. I've been extremely busy. Among the things that have changed is I got a job, so I've just been starting that. It was originally going to be a part-time gig. It was going to be like 20 hours a week, and it was going to be starting at 3 in the morning and running until 9, then I'd be off the rest of the day to work in my shop and on the plane and everything else I'm doing, because I got about a million things in my to-do list. That lasted about 1 week. I was adjusting to that, so I didn't get a whole lot done on the plane because during the day I was kind of, but eventually I was getting used to that. And the following week, the guy that I was working for, because it's a CNC shop, I'll throw a little clip in of me working there now. How's it going, everybody? Everybody keeps asking what it is I've been doing for work, so I thought I'd show you a quick video. I usually get done at 10, a little bit past, I'm waiting for the truck to warm up. Well, the machine's still on, I'd run one more. What I'm doing is I'm working for a guy who's got a CNC shop, obviously, duh. But tonight he's got me making these guys, just a little manifold, not even manifold block, some sort of mount for something. Got a lot of them though. But all you do, load two in the vise, tighten it down, close the doors, push the green button. Me working there now. I'm running a CNC milling machine, everything like that. I'm making okay money, which is helping fund some of the stuff, helping me get caught up on things. But I'm also getting an extremely good education how to run the equipment. Because I'm a manual machinist, that's what I've been. But this is all CNC, and this is absolutely the future. That's what I've been up to there. But anyways, the following week, after doing the 3 in the morning part-time deal, the guy came to me and said, well, how many hours do you really want to work? So now it's bumped up to 40 hours a week, doing 10-hour days Monday through Thursday from noon until 10 o'clock at night. So Monday through Thursday, I've been trying to get up and do stuff in the morning, but it's really a struggle because I gotta get some sleep, get up in the morning, I gotta get some breakfast. I got like 2.5 hours before I gotta make lunch, make dinner, pack food, get in the truck and get to work. So I've been trying to adjust to that, trying to work out a schedule at work, so I haven't had a whole lot of time. And on top of that, if I pan around, you'll see that the blue Ironca Chief is gone, and there's this beautiful 172 Cessna. Now, this is an absolute gorgeous plane. The issue is he came in while the other one was still here, so we had 3 planes in this little teeny hangar. I knew that was going to happen because this guy was coming in. The blue and white Aero Chief was owned by the guy I'm renting space from, but he'd given up flying, and we were thinking there was going to be enough room for all 3 of us in here. But I didn't really think so, so I was working on trying to help the guy get the plane sold, because he was trying to sell it anyways, and I'd listed it online for him. Guy was lined up to buy it, but he didn't get it out of here in time, so I came over to try to work one day, opened the door and walked into a wingtip. And it was so cramped, there was barely any room you could stand up. And I had to kind of shimmy that along the walls and shimmy that along this way to get to where I was in the back of it. And I didn't have any room to work. So that was a no-go. And first or second week in November, I forget where we are, the guy that bought the Aero Chief has his own private airstrip, which is really kind of cool, just a little grass field, and his own hangar at his house. But the issue was he had a bunch of trees come down. So he couldn't fly it out of here, he had to trailer it out of here, which meant we had to take the wings off. And since everyone is older than me by at least 20 or 30 years, well, nobody asked, I volunteered to come over and help them take it apart, get it on a trailer and get it out of here. And it made some wiggle room for me. So we did that 2-3 weeks ago. I've started the new job, I've been getting used to that, I've just gotten used to the schedule, which is going to be a good thing, because the money's a big help. Doing the 10-hour days, I'm working 4 days a week for him. I've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday for me. My plan is that I can work Friday and Saturday on my shop stuff, and then Saturday night from like 6:30-ish to 10, which is what I'd normally be working for the other guy. I'm just used to that schedule. I'm a night owl anyways. I can come down here and work in the hangar, and Sundays is my day off to, you know, do laundry and go play and sit and stare at the ceiling and go, what the heck just happened? But anyway, so that's the plan. This is the first day I get back down here. I know I told you it was going to be a tools video, but after I did that, I got looking at things and thought, you know, I really ought to try to get a job to help out something, and I started that and the whole 3 in the morning thing and then the planes, and well, it just kind of went out the window. So here we are, we're back for the next episode. So let me show you what we got going on. Blah, if I can speak. Okay, I've been down here a little while. It's getting cold now, but amazingly we have heat up there. But it's kind of loud and noisy, so I've had to shut it off enough so I can start filming. While I was waiting for the place to warm up, we worked on this. Got these 3 pieces fit together fairly good. And I've explained to you this is going to be the buck for our canopy we're working on, which will make more sense as we go along, but hopefully you guys can kind of start to see what my crazy plan is. Now what I've done is I got this back piece, a front piece, and a spine down the middle, all 3 of which match the contours of our dome. Focus on my hand, focus, okay. The plan is I'm going to take PEX tubing, I'm going to, probably can't do this with one hand, I'm going to epoxy this like so, probably wire it on, epoxy it on, do what I need to secure it. That gives me a profile, and I'm going to do some build up with Bondo and stuff like that and sand it. But with that on there, piece over there, piece over there, piece over there, that gives me the frame for my canopy. And then we're going to take that, once it's all made, we're going to lay up carbon fiber over the top of it. And I'm not 100% sure how it's going to finish. I'm still working on that. One thought was to pull the wood out and glass the plex right into it, just leave it. The other idea is to lay up one side of it, but leave the back of it open a little bit, so after it cures the first time around, I can flip it upside down, pull the wood out, pull the plex out, maybe put some foam in it or something, lay up a backside, and leave a little lip for the actual door to go on. I gotta make some mounts for hinges that I'm still working on. That's undecided yet, but that's just the direction it's heading, so I gotta have the shape. Now, the other goals for tonight is we are indeed gonna replace this back section. There's quite a few problems in it, so I'm gonna just pull it off, and I wanna take, like I talked about before, take some paint the inside of this section. And we gotta redo these. We are gonna pop these off because the front of them are damaged, and I gotta change the shape. Because the plan is that we are going to mold a carbon fiber piece for this back. Eventually, we'll put a couple windows in it. And I think the way I'm gonna do it, I'm still contemplating this a little bit. You see this little lip here? This is supposed to stick out a little more and go all the way across evenly. I don't know why it doesn't. Something's funky. Sorry, lighting's going a little weird. So we're gonna make this new piece, or make it so that this piece and this piece are the same piece of metal. They did it this way just so that it could save material. But I'm gonna make it in one piece because what I wanna do is we'll make this sorry, I can't talk this evening. We'll make this carbon fiber piece, and I think we're either gonna rivet it or maybe nut plate it onto this. I haven't 100% decided yet. That's that. But anyways, for tonight, we're gonna start drilling this piece off. I've already got this piece fit up because these pieces didn't fit together. They slide notch in. I'll show you that later. But I got them done already. We're gonna hopefully drill this piece off, drill this piece off. I gotta pull this guy off with just some bolts there and a couple rivets in the front. We're gonna pull these guys out, and we're gonna take this apart after we make a template, because I gotta make a dash template. And I misspoke in my last video. I missed it in the editing, but I caught it when I rewatched it. I'm not making this piece out of carbon fiber. This is still gonna be aluminum. We're gonna make a little carbon fiber piece that sits on top of it to blend into where the canopy's gonna begin and with the gasket and everything. That's what that's gonna be. But what I'm working towards here is we're gonna take a piece of plywood and we're gonna follow this shape and make basically a wooden version of the top of this. And the reason we're gonna do that is so that we can fasten this down to it where it goes by pulling measurements off lines here, rebolt this to the wood piece where it goes as if it was on the aircraft. We're gonna make a template for where our instrument panel is gonna be, and we're gonna make a wooden template for what our firewall is, fasten them all to the wood at their proper locations. Then from that, I can make patterns for the metal for that. I'll have to pull a mold for that actually. Do a mold for that. With this fastened down, I can figure where all the ends and everything's gonna line up and how everything's gonna tie together. We're gonna double this up and do a carbon fiber wrap. Somehow we gotta make some actual bolt-on mounts because this is supposed to be a roll bar. The bottom of it bolts in, which is great. This is wicked sturdy. The front of it, they just do this little thing, and I don't know why they did that because it's fairly flimsy. What I'm gonna take and do is make some little machine pieces. It'll actually bolt to the aluminum rib up here. And we're gonna double this up so it's twice as thick and has a rib, and we're gonna wrap it in carbon fiber and the whole thing will be beautiful. So yeah, that's that. I got the stuff to fix our horizontal over there, but we're not gonna work on that tonight. If I can get this flat, that drilled off, I've already got that done, that'll be great. So let's get, I got a lot to do, plus I got a friend coming, we're gonna play some cards, so I gotta get cracking. Let's get to it. All right, heat's on. You guys can probably barely hear me. We're going to walk out. Start going. Just like that. You see the head ends up on the drill bit, so we got a counter. All right, this probably seems a little silly, but it's actually working quite well. Drill was starting to overheat. I just bought that. I just got a Milwaukee tool set, had a drill and a drill driver in it. I bought an impact gun a while ago and absolutely loved the thing. Didn't know how I lived without it, so I finally went out and bought a drill. But I don't want to break it. It was getting a little warm, so I don't want to set. I didn't want to stop working, so I had the driver with me. And the other thing too is I broke my only drill bit I have with me, which is unfortunate, but I've made a discovery. Turns out, a step drill and a drill driver works good. I only need a couple turns. Stick it in there. One. Turn. Turns out this works even better. Now, when I get all said and done, I still gotta drill little studs out. But I can do that later. I just want to get this panel off tonight. That's it. There we are, we got the panel off. Now I might still be able to use this because I can still salvage the material because we got a rivet line there, rivet line back here, but all this material is still good in there, and I can use it to make smaller parts, which I'm probably gonna need. So we'll hang on to this, keep it safe. I got a very minor dent right here, but it's minor. But there we go, that's off. Now I do need to still go around and drill out all these little ticks. Well, yeah, we got this off. These guys stay. Ooh. Okay, good, they are held on. And when we got this off, we're gonna take some yellow paint I think I talked about. It's a primer made for aluminum. And we're gonna paint the inside of this. Where I can get in here and spray it easy. Because I have to crawl up inside of this with this top on. So right now I can just do-de-do-de-do-de-do, and we'll put the top on later. Another thing I want to check is the control cable here goes through there. I don't like how it rubs here, and I got to check a couple of these fairings because I don't think they're quite in the right place. And yeah, I want to tension everything up. I might end up putting the rudder and the elevator back on so I can look at these cables with this off where I can sight them and line them up. Because I ideally don't want these trying to pull corners in these little fairings, because these aren't really made for a direction change. They're more to keep the cable from vibrating. Because if they're trying to pull an angle, they're going to wear eventually. And as they wear, the cables will get slack. And it might possibly damage the cable over a long enough time. So I want to try to look those over real good. So yeah, there's that. And I'm probably going to call that it for tonight. It's coming up on 10 o'clock. We got this panel off. We got that fit up. Yeah. Hey guys, the observant of you will notice my clothes have changed. That's because it's actually been about 2 weeks since the last part you just saw. God, life is crazy sometimes. 2020 has been a horrible, horrible and amazing. It's been a roller coaster of emotions. Let's go with that. But boy, past couple weeks, I've started a new job. I think I've already told you about that. I can't remember what I filmed in the first part of this. I've been getting used to schedule on that, trying to get adjusted to life. 2 weeks ago, my dad just went through shoulder surgery, had a shoulder replaced. That took a good chunk of time. I had to take time off from work. It was on a weekend, so we had to stay with him, make sure he was good. And then I was trying to make up the time from work, and then there were complications with him. He ended up having to go back in, spend the weekend in the hospital, and it was a mess and kind of disrupted the flow of things. But he's home now, he's all good, but I've been on catch up the past 2 weeks. That's why I haven't been able to get down here and film. I did make it last week, but for those of you that don't know, I live up in Maine, and we just got a bit of a freezing, rainy snowstorm last week. I did come down, I got studded tires on my truck, so I wasn't too worried. But I got down here and I forgot my drill. What I was planning on doing is what you're going to see me do in this video clip, and that was drill some of the rivets out, which is very difficult to do by hand. So I was going to get in the truck, run home, grab the drill, and come back. I got out in the truck, it was starting to get awful wet and nasty, and I figured, you know what, screw it, I'll just come back some other week. So here we are, 2 or 3 weeks from part 1. I'm going to try really, really hard to get more regular on this. Things are kind of settling down and smoothing out. We'll get better about this. But yeah, let's kick it into high gear and get something done. What I've done since I've got here is I just went around, because I had to kick the heater on. I get heat, but it's propane, it's up in the ceiling, and it's kind of noisy. I had to just shut it down. I'm getting ready to leave. I'm actually filming the intro and the outro at the same time. But anyways, I went around, I drilled out some rivets. That's really easy. I get the little ticks left over. You just take a run of drill through them, let them pop out the back side. Be careful you don't widen the hole out. That's not too awful bad. What else did I do? Took apart the front end of the plane, got the rest of the stuff out of the way, did some more investigation work, pulled some clecos, took the bolts out of the top and got the top of it flat, and I drilled out the roll bar so I could take that off. And the reason we've been doing all this is so I can make a flat piece. There we go. The reason I've taken all this stuff off is so I can create a template of this plane. And the reason I need that template is so I can mock up what's going to be my instrument panel, because I got to tweak this slightly. The reason I can do that is because, as I've told you guys in previous videos, I want to make gull wing doors for this. Well, that kind of starts a cascade of issues, one of which is we're going to need to put some hinges someplace, and that someplace, what's actually going to end up is going to be one behind you as you're sitting in the seat, and there's going to be one in front of you. Now, door hinges are easy. They're nice little teeny tiny things with a pin in them. You barely notice them. They're easy to work. But we have a problem. I need to hinge a compound curve, which means I'm going to end up with some sort of weird offset hinge or some sort of double acting lever cam thing, which will make sense when I get explaining that in future videos. So if you haven't subscribed there, so you can see what that hinge is. Alrighty guys, if you follow me along this far, thank you. And as you can see sitting behind me, that is the result of the evening's work. We got our template cut out. I just flipped you guys. Now won't let me. Dang it. We got this template cut out that matches top of the plane. And this now, hello, this now I can draw grid lines on, I can draw lines on, I can scribe arcs if I need to, I can screw stuff down to this. We got our template made up that's the inside of our dome. This is going to get braced and screwed down to this. And I can mold my pieces off of this once this is all done. This is where this direction is headed. Now, I have reached the conclusion we got to build a bench. I have run out of flat surface. I got that. I got a little folding table over there. But this is just a piece of plywood sitting on two sawhorses and it's starting to droop. So I think a video coming up is probably going to be building a decent roll-around bench. We'll see. But anyways, hopefully you can start to see kind of the idea. We got our roll bar put back on there because this is going to need to change a little bit to make the door work. We got the template for the dome, and up front we got, this is the original firewall. You can see what it's going to do. I got to trim this because this is actually supposed to be back here. So yeah, like I said, life's been crazy lately, but I'm trying to, and this is actually the weekend before Christmas. Christmas will be coming week. You guys will be seeing this Christmas week. I'm probably not gonna have another video. Let me back up a little bit. I'm probably not gonna get down here to film much over the coming week. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. The end of December is gonna be a little crazy. But I've got some little stuff I'm gonna try to get filmed. It's gonna end up being short little videos, but at least it'd be something, because I really wanna try to get a video out a week. That's what my original goal was. I started to do it for a little while, then life went kind of, but yeah, I've got some little stuff back in the shop I think I might work on. There's a couple things in here I might pull out and take with me. So yeah, if you haven't, well, first off, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it's getting you interested. I'm also trying to learn more about filming. I've played with some stuff in this. We'll see how it looks. It might not make it through editing. It might be a horrible idea. But I'm trying to get better at filming it. I'm trying to get some work done on the plane. We are making progress. A couple things upcoming. So hopefully at the time you guys have seen this, I will have actually already ordered the metal. It's going to fix our rudder and fix our back piece of skin here. And we'll have the paint coming. So hopefully, I'm not going to say next video. In future videos, in the not too distant future, we'll be doing some painting, finally. We can actually start making some forward motion. We've almost worked backwards far enough. It's kind of funny. I'm sorry, I was getting a little jiggly. My arms get tired of switch arms. The further I go, the more I find. But we're getting there. We can start making some progress. So thanks for following along. If you haven't yet, punch that subscribe button. You can keep seeing my new videos as they come out. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Give me a thumbs down if you don't. It's okay. I can take it. And if you got a half a minute, leave me a comment. And if you can, guys, there's a new channel. I'm trying to get it going. I'd really appreciate you can share this video around. Help me get some more people following it. Seeing the views go up, seeing comments really helps drive this forward. So thanks again, guys. And everyone that celebrates it, Merry Christmas. The rest of you, Happy Holidays. Have a good one.